everyone, it's Jessica, and today I have a foundation review for you all. Today I'll be reviewing, if I can find it, the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation, but I'm specifically reviewing it for people that have combination skin. Now when I say I've got combination skin, I mean that I get both dry and oily almost any time of year. So I always have dry patches here and like in random spots on my forehead, and then especially on the sides of my noses. And then I'll randomly get dry spots, but that's where the main concentration of dryness is on my face. I also have oily skin, meaning those same areas get oily throughout the day, even when I first apply my foundation, virtually any foundation. So know that going in. If you have similar skin, this is probably going to be helpful. If you have really oily skin or really dry skin, I would suggest you check out, my friend It's Kirsten had filmed a video, and it was a collab with another girl where Kirsten has really oily skin and the other woman has really dry skin. So it's really, really helpful. I can link Kirsten's channel below because that's what kind of inspired me to do this, because I watched both and then I thought, you know what, I don't have either one of those skins. I'm right in between. So I figured this might be a helpful review for everyone else that's in between. If you're otherwise though, watch their reviews. I think it'll be helpful. But this I get in the shade 150 Buff, which that is exactly the shade that I wear in both Revlon regular Colorstay, which I get the normal to dry skin. The problem with regular Revlon Colorstay is they have combo and oily skin and normal to dry, and I'm right in between. I would be combo, but I've noticed that the combo oily skin one is too drying on my face, so I stick with the normal to dry. However, I noticed that I think I like this one better, and here's why. When you apply it a certain way, it doesn't accentuate your dryness or make you oily. You can really find a perfect mixture there with this, and I really think it's got a little bit more coverage depending on how you apply it than the regular Colorstay. I wish the packaging was a little more travel friendly. It's a really thick glass, and I don't think it's anything that's gonna break, but it's not really easy to travel with. It's heavy, it's kind of big for the amount of ounces. It comes with 0.8 fluid ounces, so it's a little bit less than the typical 1 ounce in a foundation. But the way that I have tried applying it, I've tried applying it a lot of different ways. I've tried with my hands, and that is the best way to avoid any dry patches. However, it's got a lot less coverage when you do it that way. I've also tried applying it with my Sigma brushes. Now, I've got the F80 and the F82 that I've used. This one's a little bit denser, and this one, they're both really dense. I think I still like the flat top one, the F80, best. And that is almost always the case. I just love this brush. However, when I use either one of these brushes, it accentuates my dry spots even more because it doesn't 1000% buff it right into the skin. So then I tried it with my Beauty Blender, which of course is dirty. But when you moisten this and apply any foundation, it always is a really nice dewy finish, not dewy, but not dry finish. It always makes it look pretty flawless. However, again, you compromise the opacity of the foundation. So, is opacity a word? It's gotta be, right? Like the opaqueness of it. That's a word, right? Am I crazy? Is that a word? I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm not gonna look it up. Who am I kidding? Anyway, so here's what I realized. This, it's not as high coverage when I use it. Fingers, same thing. This, it's a little too dry. So what I've done, and this is the way I applied it today as well, is I applied it with my Sigma F80 brush, and then with this being moist, I just went over any dry spots with it. And the water from this kind of just helped meld those parts into the skin. But I didn't have to do it on my cheeks, which means that's where I need the most coverage, because I've got like freckles and I've got some like hyperpigmentation and stuff. And now, well, I don't want those 1000% covered up. I don't mind my freckles. In fact, I like them. I don't want it, I want it to be a little more high coverage. That way when I put a blush on, it really stands out and it doesn't look all muddy because of freckles and things like that. So I apply it with this brush, then I go over dry spots with this, with nothing on it. Of course it's dirty, but with nothing on it, just to help meld it into the skin. And it is perfect. I love the way it applies it. Now, of course that stinks because you're using so many tools, but I really do love, I'm wearing it today like I said, and I love the way it makes my skin look. It really is just the perfect in between, one of my favorite drugstore foundations. And it's nice because if you already have the Revlon Colorstay, then you're already gonna know what shade you're gonna need for this. Now, another thing that I've tried, and it makes me laugh because it was such a fail, I was like, you know what? I wonder if this would be a little less drying if I mix some argan oil with it. Oh my gosh. It literally, I gotta show you what it does. Okay, first of all, I haven't even shown you the consistency of it. It really is a lot thicker than most, of course, because it's kind of like a cream whipped foundation. I already blended it. Why did I do it that way? There it is. So it's just it looks a little darker than my skin, but it really does meld nicely. And I love the way it blends in. And I tried to blend it with some argan oil, and this is the Josie Maran, but you can get any brand. Just thinking it would kind of, you know, help. I'm just putting one drop on. Okay, it's rolling away, I think. There it goes. Look how dark it gets. It gets so dark so quick. I'm like, well, that didn't work. Of course it didn't work, because a lot of times when you do that with certain foundations, they already have an oil base, so it's like, you just can't do it. It's so bad. I laughed so hard. And of course, I don't have anything to wipe this off. Hold on. Oh my gosh. So that's what happens when you try new things, of course. So I just thought that was funny and I would share it with you guys. Now I'm sure there are people out there that are like, duh, of course you shouldn't do that. But hey, it was worth a shot, you know? So I just thought, I'm spilling argan oil all over the place. Okay, so I just thought that was funny and I'd share, but that didn't work. However, then I also was like, you know what, duh, setting sprays, because a lot of them have a moisturizing effect to them where it's kind of like the same thing with the Beauty Blender when you're getting the water and the moisture into your skin. Maybe this would do the same. The MAC Fix Plus, I got the smaller size because I'd never tried it before and I really don't use it all that often, but I know that didn't even, is it gonna do it? There we go. Not that it really matters. Anyway, I've only used this a few. Is it focused on me at all? You guys, this camera is taking me so long to learn. It's still not focused, is it? Oh my gosh, come on. Now stay with me. There we go. Anyway, by the way, the camera I'm using is the Canon Rebel T5i. I know a lot of people have asked. I guess I should list it below. But that's what I've been using and trying to learn. And I love it, but boy, there's a lot to learn. And I'm one of those people that I want to know every single thing there is to know about the things that I own. And this is a camera where I look at the book and I watch tutorials online and I'm like, there's no way for me to know everything there is to know about this camera. There's so much about photography I just don't understand yet. I say yet because I will one day. But anyway, MAC Fix Plus, this video makes no sense. I'm sorry. And if you're watching this and you're like, who is this girl? I never watch her videos. You're probably like, I'm never watching them again because she's crazy. But that's just the way I roll. Fix Plus, it's too dewy with this foundation, I think. I think it can work, but if you are prone to that oiliness, I think this was almost too much. I think this one was perfect though, the Urban Decay All Nighter. Of course, this is the old packaging, but this one was great because it helped kind of meld it into the skin and get rid of that dry lookingness of it, but it held it on all day and it wasn't too dewy. So I really liked this. e.l.f. also has a good one, the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. It's got a bunch of vitamins kind of like this, which I like, but I don't have it anymore because I've run out of it. By the way, what I'm wearing on my lips is the Mirabella Sweet Velvet Lip Pencil, and I got this in a boxycharm, and I really, really like it. And I don't know what color it is though, but I think it is so freaking pretty. Is that not gorgeous? And so I'm wearing it on my lips today and I really like it. Shoot, but I just wish I knew what color it was because it doesn't say it anywhere. Anyway, well, now that I've blabbered on about nothing, I hope that review was helpful for you guys. Let me know what your experiences have been with this foundation. And if you have any other drugstore foundations that you would like me to review, please list them down below because I'm always wanting to try new mascaras, foundations, and also I have a lot of foundations that I haven't reviewed because I'm not sure how much of an interest there really is in it. So hopefully this was helpful and I'll catch you guys very soon. Bye.